Just want to give a little disclaimer before I get into the topic of this video. When I do videos, and unless I say this is my belief, personal belief, please don't take it as such. I get a lot of people that respond and say, well, you know, Jesus is God, or I'm just using an example, you know, and I want to say, I can't get into every comment and really combat things, but I didn't say my belief was this, or this. Unless I say this is my personal belief, then it's up for debate, you know. I'm just giving the facts that have been documented, whether in theology or books or whatever, and then basing my my story, my whatever it is, I'm basing it on that, not specific beliefs that I have. So with that being said, I wanted to speak on the topic of Jesus. Jesus of Nazareth, Jesus Christ, Jesus the Son, Jesus the God. Whatever you hold Jesus as within your belief, really doesn't matter. I'm just speaking specifically from the lens of the Jehovah's Witness organization. Now, to be totally honest with you, they treat Jesus as a stepchild, meaning that if Jehovah is the God of their organization and Jesus is the Son, they are really treating Jesus as if he doesn't exist. It's like, yeah, I know you got a son, like your only son, but we don't acknowledge him, right? I know he works for the company, but he doesn't do that much work. I mean, I know he died for us, but, you know, that's, you know, the past. It's like, what have you done for me lately? You know, and to be totally honest with you, and not trying to be funny, Jesus has no real use within this organization. Now, trust me, if Jesus can, if they can piggyback on Jesus to have financial gain and more control within their organization, then they'll exalt Jesus, right? They'll exalt Jesus. But with the exception of the yearly memorial where they can utilize Jesus to exalt themselves, meaning the governing body saying that, you know, we are of the anointed, because basically that's what that whole ceremony is about, you know, reiterating to the rank and file, you guys, that we are exalted and we are the anointed and you better listen to us, right? So they piggyback off of Jesus in that respect. But for the most part, Jesus is Denzel's son, you know. His son is doing movies now. I think he's pretty good, but he's really still following in the footsteps of his father, you know, and that's always a tough thing to do. It's like, you know, when your father is so great, like Denzel Washington, it's like, you know, it's really hard to separate yourself, especially when you're doing the same craft as your parents or your parent, and they've really become so acclaimed in that craft. It's really hard to walk in their footsteps. Now, many have done it. I think of Jane Fonda. I think of, I can't think of too many more. You guys can help me in the comments, right? There's people that have at least did what their parent or their parents did, and or exceeded what they did. Now, Jesus, they're not giving Jesus due respect. It's like, yeah, I died for y'all, like, you know what I mean, and you treating me like yesterday's, you know, trash. It's like, you know, it's like really not cool. And I think about the fact that Jesus has no use. See, everything that Jesus speaks about, the love and forgiveness and, you know, all of those good things, they can't really co-sign because it goes against what they teach, right? They may teach love and forgiveness and this, that, the other. But if they've co-signed Jesus too much, then it's like it's really going to contradict, certain things that they teach. Jesus wouldn't agree with shunning. I don't care what kind of scripture you'll try to cherry pick. I don't care. Jesus would hug, love, embrace someone that is shunned within any organization. Jesus showed in every respect of his life within the Bible that, he was for the low. He was for the shunned. He was for the outcast. He was for the diseased, right? He was for the poor. So it would contradict everything that this organization, the Jehovah's Witness organization, is building, their organization up by. They built it. Jehovah is easier to align with because Jehovah has the revenge. Jehovah has the vindictiveness. Jehovah has the anger. Jehovah will murder. But he's also nice and he loves you and, he wants to see you live and he wants to see you get to know him. And even though you may be born in another religion, if you just don't find him or someone finds you and converts you, then you're doomed forever. You know what I mean? So Jehovah has this passive aggressive personality that the Jehovah's Witness organization, mainly the higher ups, governing body, whoever else is up there, they can use that against rank and file. So Jehovah is a better choice to align with. Pay attention who they like to align themselves with within the Bible, right? It's usually people that they can piggyback on, and Jesus ain't one of them. Jesus is not that guy. Jesus speaks too much about love. Jesus speaks too much about forgiveness. That don't work in their organization because people would say, oh, wait, is that simple? Like, just try to love each other. We're human. Sometimes we're going to fall. We're going to be sinful. But by your grace, we can still come to know you and God. And Jesus doesn't fit into this organization, to be blunt. With the exception of the memorial once a year or maybe once in a while, piggybacking off of Jesus to reinforce a statement or a doctrine that they make up, there's no use for Jesus, right? Really, they can do without Jesus. As a matter of fact, Jesus hurts their organization more than help, right? They can't utilize Jesus because Jesus doesn't speak about war. Jesus doesn't speak about revenge. Jesus doesn't speak about murdering or death. So Jesus has no use within this organization with the exception of piggybacking and cherry picking off of certain things that Jesus may say that they say, oh, look, see, Jesus agrees with that too. But then again, they do that with a lot of other people. Worldly people, scientists, philosophers, authors, anybody, sports figures and singers and celebrities. They will use you. And then they'll turn against you, at the next meeting to reinforce some other belief. So they pick and choose, right? Whether it be from the world or within the organization, don't matter. The bottom line is whatever makes us look good to the rank and file, to our people, right? So, for the physically in, mentally out that's watching this, you have to really understand. You have to step back and be objective. It's difficult, right? Especially when this is what you were taught from birth. This is what's around you in all facets of your life, this organization. You don't know any difference. So it's hard to stand back and be objective, right? You are but the paint within the painting. But when you have awakened, which one is it? I'll use both. Awakened and awoken from this organization, this cult, you stand back and see the picture as a whole rather than being within the canvas, right? You're mixed in with everything. You can't see it. You're a part of it. But when you open your eyes, you step back and you see everything as a whole, and you read it almost like Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting. You're like, I see it. You put that over there, carry that. Oh, yeah, right? You can see clearly the veil has been lifted. It's a beautiful thing when you know that you don't have to be a part of this organization and you can still have a relationship with God. Whatever name you choose, or, I'd rather not choose a name, because once I choose a name, then I'm humanizing God. I just say, God, my spirit knows what I mean, even using a title, God, which is man-made, but my spirit relates to it. So it doesn't matter if you do use a name. Your spirit relates to God in a whole different way than your physicalities. But it's a beautiful thing when you have that freedom. It's scary at first, right? You're letting go. You're letting go, and it's petrifying. You're like, no, I usually have this to hold on to. So when life gets rough, as it will with anyone, even if you're out of this organization, I got this to hold on to, right? But when you let go of that organization and you know that God still got you, it's a resurrection. You get a new meaning on life, and it's beautiful. So I want that for people, right? Even involved, somebody mentioned in one of my comments, oh, but that's all religion. I ain't talking about all religion. I'm talking about the one I know, okay? People always got some that, well, I'm the smart guy. Well, that's really all. Yeah, I get it. And thank you. If you don't think I know that, then please, if I haven't shown you anything, I hope I showed you that I'm a thinker. I know it's all religion. That's why I don't claim to any religion. I don't claim any religion. I claim, spirituality and my connection with God, the creator of this universe and this earth, and me and you and everybody else, whether or not you think so or not. That's your belief. But I'm telling you my belief, So the freedom is what you should strive for in any situation. Freedom. And it's a sad thing that they exclude Jesus, whether fictional or real. We're not discussing that. Please save your comments about, well, Jesus is a fictional character that existed in all religions, even prior to Christianity. They had other people in other religions, Hinduism and all this, that, they had Jesus-like figures in the... I don't want to hear all that. I'm speaking specifically about the Jehovah's Witness organization and their belief, right? That's what I'm talking about. So... although I love information, and please, let's share our knowledge about things, but let's not come in like, I'm so not interested in that egotistical persona that I grew up in within the Jehovah's Witness organization, that even if it comes from an XJW, I don't like it. We can share, you can give your point of view, but to come in and tell me what is factual or non-factual, I'm not interested. But with that being said, as in every post, let's just keep thinking. That's all I ask for. Let's just keep thinking, right? You can click the link in the description. There's a link. I think there's a link. Yeah, Patreon link. You can join that. You can email and buy the Think t-shirts and sweatshirts and hoodies. I appreciate everybody for their support. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Right? You don't have to do it, but I appreciate it. And as always, it's love.